Hello there. Good afternoon. This is Project Birchtree, and this will be Watercolor Journal for December of 2020. So for this December of 2020, my school my school work has come to an end, and nearing the end, well, ironically, more work has been done, and so I had to put a lot of time onto school, and whatever free time I had to allocate what's left of my free time on my personal project, which is a comic I'm working on as of now. So for my watercolor stuff that I usually do weekly, I instead planned it like this. I will be only doing two watercolor paintings in December 2020, and that is for the first 2 weeks. It will be just a small painting. On the last 2 weeks, because during the third week it would be technically the end of our school semester, and since it's going to be Christmas break, I'm going to make a big painting. And my second painting would be a sort of a big painting. And so for the first week of December 2020, I wanted to paint something Warhammer, and during that time I was a little bit obsessed with the death corpse of Krieg. And there was this, and at the same time there was this there was this digital painting of Tempestus Scion Prime, which had this cool, coat with sort of a servitor skull attached to it. And at the same time, there's this death corpse of Krieg, commander sort of miniature with a painting. And so I wanted to combine those things, and thus I made this one. And with that, with the death corpse of Krieg and the Tempestus Scion Prime, I made this painting. So this painting took 2 weeks. Well, technically just like 8 hours to make all in all, but in the overall scheme it was first week and second week. On the first week it's basically the sketch, everything, and just paint the body and the head. On the second week it was finish everything and then polish it a little bit, and thus it was done. So yeah, it was nice that I didn't have to finish it the first time, and the second time, not too much was left to paint, and so I felt relaxed, even in the midst of all the busyness of school and whatever little time I had. I was still able to complete a painting. I learned from last month. Not all the time you get the same free time, so allocate my time smartly, both for my personal projects that I'm currently working on right now and these. Watercolor. It helps release stress, and at the same time kind of trains my mind to do art. So that is for my first painting in December 2020. Now, during Christmas break, I wanted to make a big painting, and I look back in my older paintings that I painted Morrowind. Especially right after I finished the game, I painted so many things about Morrowind: the characters, the mountain, the mushrooms, the architecture. It was such an interesting world, Morrowind. And so I wanted to revisit doing that again. And I did that by making this. So this one is not my first painting with a scene. My very first painting of this was this. As you can see, it's very blocky and cluttered. There really isn't any sense of depth or space. It's very cluttered, and so yeah, it wasn't super great, but it was my first time painting that. And then I think like the next time I painted the same scene again, it was better. There was a sense of depth, but it was incredibly empty. However, I did manage to get a fluke, by various experiments. I was able to create these, fantastic effects, but the boat and the mushroom. However, everything else looked bad. These tiny little perfections amongst this sea of emptiness was just, it wasn't so great after all. And now in 2020, 2021, somewhere there, Christmas break, I made this again. And with this one, when I was painting this, I thought that, oh, my watercolor skills have, degraded. But after reviewing my paintings before, oh no, it hasn't degraded. I just had, little flukes of, little, those little, amazing things I did before, but they were just flukes. They were not by design. They were not made by design, they were just flukes. And everything else in that was my current skill at that time. And it was not very good. It was either cluttered and blocky, blurry and empty. But this time, after comparing my past self to my present self, looking at this, I can say that, hey, I have improved. Everything here, I tried to control. I tried to control it. Of course, you can't really control water. It will do its own thing, but at least here, I was able to direct the water to do what I want it to do. And it's, everything here was made by design. And whatever from my sketch to the final thing, at least it was close, proximal to what I envisioned. And so, even though I'm not, entirely satisfied with this, looking back on my previous paintings, this is a far cry. This is an improvement, albeit, not a lot of improvement, but significant enough to be noticed. And so yes, that is my second painting. It's big, actually. It's kind of twice the size of what I usually. It's kind of a big painting, at least to me. It's literally twice the size of the usual canvas that I use. So yeah. So that's it for this watercolor journal of 2020. This is my last watercolor journal for this year. I hope to do more. I'd like to reflect and review on my watercolor paintings like every month, just to at least be aware of my faults, my improvements and whatnot. Self-reflection. And everyone kind of needs some self-reflection, even if it's just at the end of every month at least. Some even do it weekly or even daily. And what I do is just monthly. Better than nothing though. It's better than nothing though, so I'm okay with this. So that ends my watercolor journal for December 2020. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.